Hi guys, I'm back. I wanted to read another story to you guys. I see that some people are logging in and looking at the first one that we did earlier, so thanks. Yay! I hope it gave you something to do for a little while, kind of breaks up your day a little bit. So I am going to try to keep reading a couple more books today. I've got to go out in my garage and start looking for some of my favorites. Hopefully they're not all at school, but I think that I've got enough to get us through at least a couple of days. So the book I'm going to read next is called Clara, the Cookie Fairy. This is a really well-loved book at my house. You can see some of the pages are a little bit wrinkled. It was one of my daughter's favorites for a long time. Here she is, Clara, the Cookie Fairy. Once there were 3 fairy scouts, Clara, Kat, and Jan, who lived on a mountain in a fairy camper van. They sold special cookies, a fairy scout tradition, to buy the things they needed for their camping expeditions. Here they are. They live inside of a camper van. Clara's wand made cookies tasty, crisp, and sweet, and Kat's made pretty boxes to keep them nice and neat. Last of all, Jan's wand made a special fairy bow. With every cookie baked and boxed, the friends were good to go. Then one summer's evening they were driving out to dine when Clara's eye was caught by a giant roadside sign, and the sign read, "Mighty Megawans make cookies with chocolate chips." Clara said, "I want one now. I can't let this chance slip." Clara picked the biggest wand and stood in line to pay. Her old one looked too boring, so she threw it right away. She put it in the garbage truck. Look at that. Clara wasn't careful, and her wand was a little brittle. She whooshed and swooshed it way too much, and it snapped right in the middle. She got that brand new wand, and she wasn't careful with it, and she broke it. The fairies tried to fix the wand with string and tape and glue, but not one thing would make it work. Now what could they do? What happened there? Kat said, "Only one thing will put us back on track. We must find the fairy garbage truck and get your old wand back." I hope they can find it. Here they are. They're going to take a ride up the mountain. The fairies drove across the land, searching high and low, till Jan saw a junkyard in a meadow down below. There's the junkyard. "There's the truck," cried Jan, and she gave a little cheer. "Let's fly down and look around. Your wand just must be here." They're hoping. Unwanted wands were everywhere. The place was overrun. Lots of them looked just like Clara's, so they tried them one by one. The friends spent many hours waving wands around, but not one of them made cookies. Clara's wand couldn't be found. That's a shame. Fairies were getting worried. Things weren't going well at all. How would they fund their camping trip if they didn't have cookies to sell? Their faces are so worried. Then Clara said, "Stop! Look down!" And suddenly it was clear. What the wands had been making was fairy camping gear. There were pots and pans and forks and spoons, kettles and cans, and guitars to play tunes. There were balls and bats and 3 fairy bikes, bright summer hats, and boots for long hikes. Look at everything that they found. They have just about everything they need. These wands should be used, not thrown away, said Clara with a frown. But if we put our heads together, we can turn this right around. And in a flash it came to her, a new fairy scouting venture. They'd move to the meadow and transform the yard into a swap and recycling center. And that's a good idea because we always should recycle. Fairies came from far and wide with their wands, unwanted or broken, to swap or make into something new. This center was always open. Recycle here. Look how busy they are. And then one summer's day, Clara had a huge surprise. She waved a wand a fairy had found, and cookies fell from the skies. This is my wand, cried Clara, and it works just as it should. It's not a mighty mega wand, but to me, it's twice as good. So happy again. Clara learned to care for things and not just throw them away. To swap and recycle, if you can, is always the better way. I'll show you the cover of that one again in case you want to try to find that in the library one day. This one's Clara the Cookie Fairy. And when school's back in session, I'll bring this one back to my office in case anyone wants to borrow it to take it home. All right, guys, I will see you again soon. Bye.